welcome back to another episode of Multiverse of the Force. I'm not exactly sure if that's how you start a podcast, but here we are. So in this episode we're going to be talking about Ms. Marvel and Obi-Wan Kenobi, the second episode, and the fifth episode, which is wild to think about that Obi-Wan is almost over with. But we're going to start off with Ms. Marvel. There's not that much really to talk about with Ms. Marvel. Sorry, my dog opened the door. Alright, there's not that much to talk about. We talk about some of it. So, first, many references. Not really that many references, but, we got a reference about Kingo, which is great. I mean, well, I think it was Kamala that said, I like Kingo, and then Cameron was like, I have a crush on Kingo Sr., and it's like, they're the same person. They're literally the same person. So it's great to see that, even though there was some critical, backlash with the Eternals, they're still, connecting the Marvel Universe. There's a reference with DDLJ and, of course, Eid. So that's, I saw a lot of people who were really happy about, the Muslim, references, especially with, I forgot her name. It was, Kamala's friend. And she was wearing I don't want to say the wrong thing, but she was wearing this is bad. But yeah, it's great to see that there are inclusions. So someone saying Netflix, you need to be doing this. But like I said, Ms. Marvel doesn't really have anything. I have a feeling that this third episode and onwards will be great. I think they had to kind of get it going. We may be getting Kamala as Inhuman, because we saw that Runa was like, the power's not coming from the bangles, it's coming from within you. And she was like, am I an Asgardian? No, you're not an Asgardian, but you may be an Inhuman. And we saw that there are Inhumans in the Marvel Universe, in Doctor Strange, not technically in not our, but in 616, but in the other Earth, I think it was Earth 838, we saw Black Bolt. So we have a hope for Inhumans. We have a hope. We also have the thing with Cameron, and then he was like, this is my mom, and his mom was Kamala's great-grandmother, or was it just grandmother? I think it was great-grandmother. I have no idea where it's going with that, but it is like a twist. So Cameron was really leading her on, and those drones that we saw, they were Stark drones. Pepper, where are you? Pepper, where are you? I mean, Pepper's running the company. Sure, there's no Tony, but Pepper needs to be doing some work, and it doesn't seem like she's exactly handling it. I don't think, it's not the FBI, and that guy who we saw, I know who that guy is. The guy that we saw in that end credit scene of the first episode, that guy is actually the guy who interrogated Peter in No Way Home. So, connections. It's all connected. But, Pepper, what are you doing? Stark drones are in the hands of some, secret organization? It's not FBI. They were they said something like, oh, we're not FBI. So if they're not FBI, they're something else. So, what are you?
This is where the fun begins.
Now, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Probably. This the best episode that we've had from the entire season. Flashbacks. We got flashbacks. Oh, we were all waiting for Clone Wars flashbacks, and we got them. Oh, we got them. Oh, it's just so exciting to see Clone Wars flashbacks. This was actually before the Clone Wars, technically before Attack of the Clones, because if you look carefully, Anakin wasn't missing his arm. He didn't have a glove on, so it was before Attack of the Clones. But still, we got a flashback, and Hayden is Hayden. It is Hayden Christensen. He just looks so good. And Ewan McGregor, the mullet, Jedi mullet, the Padawan braid on Hayden. This was so good. And like, I wasn't expecting it to be flashback from Darth Vader. I thought it would be a flashback from Obi-Wan, but it wasn't. It was a flashback, in fact, from Darth Vader. Why is Darth Vader thinking of that? Maybe we'll see more flashbacks in episode 6, maybe. And if you actually looked at the fighting styles, it was very reminiscent of their fight on Mustafar. I saw many edits, video edits of like the fight mashed together with the Mustafar fight, and you could tell the fighting was very similar. It's supposed to be like echoes of that, you know. And then, wow, we can go Reva. There were theories of Reva being, a Jedi youngling, and that she was there when Order 66 happened. But, it actually is true. And, I didn't expect for her to, actually be wanting to kill Vader. I was like, oh, girl, you're not gonna kill Vader. No, you're not gonna kill Vader. I think when she pulled out the lightsaber, I was actually rooting for Vader. I was like, kill her. She's not supposed to be the Grand Inquisitor. And then when the Grand Inquisitor came, I was like, oh, it is canon. Because I think it was Deborah Cho that was like, oh yeah, we would never break canon. I was like, alright, then give us canon. And we got canon. Grand Inquisitor is alive. And Reva's not dead. She knows about the twins. And maybe we are going to see Obi-Wan go back to Tatooine, and Reva also going to Tatooine to Owen, because he did mention Owen, so maybe we are going to see that. But just the fact that Reva thought she could kill Vader, I was like, ugh. And Vader wasn't even trying. Let's just talk about Vader. The Vader fight scenes, just him pulling back that ship. So I was like, he's pulling Ahsoka. I was like, wait, no, Ahsoka was pulling a Vader, or an Anakin, but could go vice versa. But no, well, master or Padawan master Padawan, whatever it is. Vader pulling back that ship, he actually did it. Ahsoka had a hard time, if you remember. Rex had to pull her back, and then she had to let go, and Maul flew away. And of course, Vader, wow. It was just watching it was just oh, this is Vader. This is Vader, at its prime. This is Darth Vader in his prime. He is doing, he's being a Sith Lord. He is. He has no mercy. It was just you're going down, Reva, pulling that ship back, tearing it apart. And it was something that Obi-Wan had said, your pride overwhelms you or something. Your pride overtakes you. And that really was, what Vader was doing. He was too focused on that ship. And then, the ship flew off where everyone was. And then, that fight scene with Vader and Reva, he was really just no, I don't need a lightsaber to fight you. And then those two sabers, Ahsoka, it was so reminiscent of Ahsoka. I was just oh, Ahsoka. And just seeing Obi-Wan pull Obi-Wan tricks, it's very reminiscent of the Clone Wars again, and if you did not know, all these episodes are supposed to be episode 1 was The Phantom Menace, episode 2 was supposed to be Attack of the Clones, episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, episode 4 New Hope, and this was supposed to be Empire Strikes Back, and then next episode should be Return of the Jedi. So I don't know exactly how they're going to do Return of the Jedi for the next episode, but I think for this episode, how was it? I had it in my mind whenever I was watching it, like, and how it was, like, Empire Strikes Back. I think it might have been, like, them pulling the tricks. No, it was when they were locked in, and it was like that, like, like, they were trying to overtake, it was, like, very reminiscent of the Hoth battle. And then Vader just, like, oh, they got away, but, like, oh, they ain't get away. I have a plan. And I think that's where it's going, very reminiscent of the prequels and the originals, very, very exciting. And, like, Leia, wow, Leia's, like, the queen. Leia just, I think a lot of people think that Leia is, like, a lot like Padme, and I guess she is, and, like, the, like, she was a senator in the Imperial Senate, and, like, when you look at Luke, he's, he can fly starship, or, like, his speeder, and all of that, but, like, that's not, like, entirely what it is. Leia is a lot like Anakin, too. She did all those wires and everything, and Luke's a lot like Padme, in the sense that, he's full of hope, and, yeah, I mean, like, there are a lot of ways to see that, they're a lot like their parents in different ways, and, that's why Obi-Wan can see both Padme and Anakin and Leia, and he was just like, wow, you saved the day, just like your parents would. So sweet. And, wow, Bale's getting really worried, though. He's gonna go to Tatooine, probably, and then, it's just gonna be a whole fight. Vader, that's probably what it is. Vader's gonna go to Tatooine, maybe? Or Riva? I don't know. Maybe we'll see Vader on Tatooine. Theory? Is that a theory? Do we have a theory? Maybe Vader will go to Tatooine. He won't like it. Maybe he'll get close to Luke, and he'll be like, I missed Luke on Tatooine. How did I do that? I missed him on Tatooine? What? I don't know. But, well, Obi-Wan, this episode is great. I have a feeling that this finale, whether it be of the season or the series, I don't know if I want another season. I mean, it'd be nice, but I mean, I think you have only, like, 6 years before, or, like, no, I think it's 9 years before Obi-Wan's supposed to be, like, Alec Guinness, so you don't really have that much time to, like, tell a story in, because Leia and Luke were 10, and I think they were, like, 19 in, A New Hope, so you don't have that much time between Obi-Wan and, A New Hope, so I don't really know how they're gonna do that if they get another season, but, I think they should just maybe leave it here. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know if they're gonna get another season or not, but anyways, that's it for today's episode. We are now on, or the podcast, I should say, is now on Spotify, YouTube, and it should be coming to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. It's on SoundCloud, and I think another platform that I do not remember. But if you can also check us out on Twitter and Instagram. But I will see you guys until next time. Goodbye.